Stand and sing of Zambia. Call them. This movement is for the youth. The youth have waken up and the youth have come to realize that their rights and freedoms have been taken away. Our rights and freedoms in our country have been stolen. We are living like foreigners in our own country. A time for youth reawakening has come. Okay, and youth countrywide need to stand up for one thing. For how long shall youth be used as ladders where politicians just climb and attain to power, then they leave you, then come back to you after 5 years? Oh, let's go now and campaign. Youths in this country have been used as tools of violence. Now, we are coming to say no to all those things. No to youth being used as tools of violence. No to youth being used as vessels of politicians who want to insult each other. You politicians insult each other amongst yourselves. Don't use the youth to say, go and insult this person for me. Go and insult this person for me. No. Zambia, praise to thee, oh, strong and free. Praise be to God. Praise be, praise be, praise be. Bless our great nation, Zambia, Zambia, free. What we are trying to say is the youth movement that we are creating as at the moment is a movement not for fame, not for who is what. No, this is a movement to make the youths realize that they are worth more than being used as tools of violence and tools of insults. Politicians have abused this word peace, especially those in power. They've abused the word peace when a lot of people are hungry. A lot of people have no food in their homes. How do you preach peace when you yourselves are not peaceful? When you yourselves perpetrate violence? When you yourselves infringe human rights, freedoms of people? Where is the peace? Where is the peace? Next year, people are not voting against the person. They don't hate the person. They hate the game of corruption. Next year, they are voting against corruption. Next year, they are voting against the infringement of human rights and freedoms. We are entitled to speak out when things are not going well in the country. When things are not okay in our country, we are entitled to speak out and voice out. You are promising us more jobs, employment, whatever it is. You've made all those promises you made. None of those promises have you fulfilled. You have not fulfilled any of those promises that you made to the youths. Now that you failed to fulfill those promises you made to the youths, you now send people to come and say, go and tell the youths this, go and listen to what the youths want. When you are campaigning, you know what the youths want. You speak the language that the youth wants to hear. But when we have voted for you and you've gone into power, you have forgotten what the youths wanted and now you want to hear from the youths. No. We are going to hold you accountable of your promises. Those campaign promises you make. So this movement is not for the ruling party, it's even for the opposition who hold you accountable. Not mune patikisha abantu ifinto futabali fire. Don't force people to eat what they don't want to eat. Muila patikisha abantu just for the sake of no, eat porridge, it's good for you. We don't want to be fed things that we don't. We want to eat what you are also eating. You are eating bread and butter. If what you are couldn't for porridge, I couldn't for sample, it's okay. What you are eating is what you should also eat. Do not come to us and start telling no, Zambia, just eat this, eat. We all want to eat that cake. We all want to go and sleep at Hotel Intercontinental or whatever these hotels are, Pamosi hotels. Mention the hotels. We also want to sleep in those hotels. Not you, we vote for you. You go and start sleeping in hotels. Us, we should be sleeping in small utuma motels, not to shara. No. The same chicken and chips that you are eating, we also want to eat the same chicken and chips you are eating. People have no. You campaigned, Michael Chilufyasata campaigned that more money in people's pockets. Where is the money in people's pockets? People have no money in their pockets. What he meant is that the economy of this country should be run by people. Ukutekembwa mano ikale ni panshi umfweni fya abantu balefwaya bushi abantu fu balela ndirefi chinshi balela ndirefi. It's time that youth know what we are standing for, and our leaders need to know what we are standing for. What is it that we are standing for? What is it that we are up to? Okay? The corruption in this country is too much. And this corruption in this country is robbing our country millions and millions of dollars. Millions and millions. And what I want is all youths across the country, can we stand up and demand our rights? Can we have one voice? Stand up as youth. And you people, you should not be scared. No, the prisoners now will start voting. Those prisoners, we need to educate them. With those prisoners, we need to educate them. Not that they should not vote. They should vote. But we should educate them to say, our brothers and sisters, you know why you are in prison? When the right people, the people that are supposed to be in the prisons were busy working, the Amos standards are still working the streets of this country. Yet that guy has amassed a lot of millions of dollars from corruption. It is time that presidents should address us, not ministers. We are not interested in listening to a minister. We are not interested in listening to your ministers. We are not interested in listening to your aid politics. We are not interested, because when you are asking for votes, you come to us and say, youths, I'll do this and this and this for you. Why should you be sending a minister to come and address us? When we were voting for you, when you were campaigning, you did not send the minister, say, go and tell them to say, oh, vote for him. No. You came direct to us. The way you ask for votes from us is the way you should come and address us. So, this thing of using young people as ladders to get into power must come to an end, and it has come to an end. And we are not going to be scared of you, even if you instruct to say, oh, Honorable Campion, go and break their legs. Zambia police go and break their legs. You break their legs. You come and break our legs. But you want to break our voices. We vote for you. You come and say, go and break their legs. We vote for you. We put you in office for you to defend the constitution of this country and its people. You go and you want to send the police officers to break the people. What kind of a lawmaker is Tutu Ngulube? I want to address Minister of Energy. The Minister of Energy, Chinjenge, who is the Minister of Energy. You Chinjenge, you are planning to open a petroleum secretariat at Minister of Energy so that you disband PETAS. You should even stop thinking about those things, you Chinjenge. Chinjenge, stop thinking about that movement, because you Chinjenge and Benson Tembo, who is the Secretary General for PETAS, are being used by Caliph. Caliph Motors is a foreigner. That guy is a foreigner. Okay, now that foreigner is now controlling the fuel industry. In this country, fuel is expensive because there is Caliph who is untwisting government. Mr. President, the fuel prices, sir, can reduce once you fix Caliph. Mr. President, we are calling on you to fix Caliph, deport Caliph, deal with Caliph. The moment you deal with Caliph Motors, this industry, what will happen is that the fuel transportation industry has been hijacked by a foreigner, and this foreigner is selfish. He doesn't want anyone to come into the industry. So this guy Caliph is controlling everything. So the moment it's expensive, minimum goes expensive. Transport, bus fares increase. This country's economy, major sectors of this country, of this economy, is being run by foreigners and not by the indigenous Zambians. This country, when will the kwacha perform better against the dollar? It is difficult for the kwacha to perform well against the dollar when foreigners are the ones running your economy. The economy of this country is supposed to be run by Zambians. If foreigners are running the major sectors of this economy, they will bring their people to come, and that money is going out of the country. And you are complaining that there are no jobs for Zambians. No, there are jobs. There are plenty jobs for Zambians. Plenty jobs for Zambians. The only problem that is there is that the foreigners have taken advantage, and the foreigners are running our economy. So because the foreigners are running the economy, Zambians have no opportunity, no job opportunities. All job opportunities have gone to foreigners. So how can a young person in Zambia apply for a job? Because already when they are getting these jobs, when they are getting these businesses, they call their people to come and work in their shops, to come and work in their companies. Where are you leaving your Zambian people? Where are your Zambians going to work? begging for jobs from those foreigners. Kings Richard at ZRA. You give these people tax exemptions. Corruption. ZRA is failing to tax these people. You are taxing heavily your own people. Do those foreigners pay? Do they pay those taxes for their salaries, those foreigners? Come in this country. Where do they hold their accounts? Their accounts are in foreign, out of Zambia. That's why they bank. They come to lie to us to say, no, we are not making any profits. Who invests in a business where they're not making profits? How do you come and invest in a business where you've projected to say you'll be making losses? Our teachers from 2015 to 2020 who were asked to upgrade their degrees, they upgraded their degrees. They used their money. They went to these bayports, got loans, and went to study. We've seen of that Chalimbana University, a lot of universities, and they went there and worked and they got their degrees. Worked so hard to get their degrees. But you have not, the Teaching Service Commission, you have not upgraded their salaries. A degree holder, someone who has upgraded to a degree holder, is still getting the salary of a certificate holder. And those who are coming, who are joining the system with degrees, their salaries are okay. Where is the fairness? Where is justice? And you expect us to keep quiet? How many teachers are working with their qualifications on the streets? They don't even know where they are going to use that degree, where they are going to use those qualifications for teaching. So, I am appealing to the government of the Republic of Zambia. The teachers need to be looked after. The PEMIC vacancies. Create PEMIC vacancies. Create PEMIC vacancies for those teachers. Land of wake and joy in unity. Victors in the struggle for their right. We won freedom's fight. You employ people, but they are no adverts. People just come and hear, no, people are employed, people are deployed. This thing in these ministries should stop. Where you just get your relatives. If you go, for example, in the defense force, in the Zambia army, what, you just come and find that majority of we start checking. Officer so check his relatives in that place. If we find that you have a lot of relatives in that place, out. That's corruption. That's how you fight corruption. So if Chellah Tukuta, for example, is the commissioner Lusaka, okay, and when there is police recruitment, all my relatives, bring your papers. Bring your papers. They bring their papers. then you employ, you recruit them. No, should not be lied to say, no, for someone to get recruited they paid. People have no money, and this is what I want to clear. People should not lie to say, for me to get a job I spent 18,000 kwacha, 10,000 kwacha. Where are you going to get the money from?